Hello, planet watchers. Welcome
Hi.
to Leo. Hi, Mary Jane.
Hello, hello, Christy. Hello, everyone. Glad you're back.
Hello. You got that shirt in Greece, didn't you?
This shirt?
Yes.
No, no, I got it in Italy.
Well, it's lovely. It kind of reminds me of a dress I got in Greece when we were there together.
Yeah, I do all my summer shopping in the Italian markets. Actually, here's a tree. I love this stuff. It's all nice cotton and linen as a rule, and I just go crazy in the summer in the markets. So, yeah,
But I know I love summer clothes. Here I am in my summer clothes. Of course, I'm a summer baby. Leo's all
there
about
you
baby.
go. Right, right. About a year after all.
Right.
And now's the time. I guess it's as hot where you are as where I am, and we're just all trying to stay as little dressed as possible.
Oh my God. Is it still just scorching in Switzerland?
A little less so, but still in the 90s. Not as high as it's been, but still in the 90s. And yes, we're all kind of just cooking.
Yeah.
Makes you want to run out and jump in the lake.
Oh, I bet the beaches are crowded.
Indeed. Indeed. Yes.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do? Oh, that's horrible. So we are in Leo just like imminently. Good Lord, we're barreling through 2026, I tell you.
It's going so fast. So at the same time as in the big picture, at least, things seem to be moving extremely slowly, and we're having trouble understanding why these different peace negotiations and these different diplomatic maneuvers aren't accomplishing anything. And it really slows down the general zeitgeist. But individually, I agree. Things just keep pushing on, pushing on, pushing on. There's always stuff going on anyway.
Well, and we are in Mercury retrograde still.
Still, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're recording this July 13. We've got another 10 days of this Mercury retrograde.
Yes. Use them wisely. What? Use them wisely and get your papers in order and get caught up on your sewing projects and whatever gardening you're trying to do with this weather and all of that kind of thing now, these 10 days, because afterwards, again, we're going to see the time just start zooming on.
It's been nuts. It's been nuts. All right. Well, what do we have to look forward to in Leo?
Well, we still have, speaking of the big picture, of course, that we're going to have to sort of ease into as individuals. On the worldwide level, universal level, we still got this holding pattern of the slow planets that are trying to help each other in their sextile best. They're really trying to lean in. Jupiter is joining the program, Saturn is leaving the program, which may be a good thing. Jupiter's trying hard to put some notion of law and order into this quagmire of non-energy, all sorts of energies that seem to be blocking each other. But Jupiter is calling heavily on Neptune too, and there's this same notion of, oh yes, we want it to be so perfect, and it's not going to happen because the heavier and more volatile planets are saying, no, it's wartime. We're having a good time here. So this is very difficult. Jupiter at the same time is coming opposite to Pluto. This is really no time to be setting up new laws and new structures, new restrictions. It's not going to work. And I don't think we're in any place where we're going to see a new regularity in peace negotiations, in diplomatic maneuvers. Just, I don't see it. At the same time, Saturn, that has left the program, has come into a very nasty little aspect with Mars. And so with this attitude as well, which is also power seizing, people who are in extremely powerful positions are going to want more. And they're going to say, well, we're certainly not going to sit back and drink tea with these diplomats. There's no time for that. So one and the other, I'm saying we're not in a proper frame to be establishing any kind of new peace negotiations. We've seen this whole last month, these whole last 3 months. Every effort to make some ongoing peace plan is dead in the water, literally.
And this from people who actually ran on no new wars, getting out of all of the quagmires we're currently in, and creating a quagmire.
Awful, awful. And on the other end, Vladimir Putin is putting out the same message. We don't want to go to war. We're trying to defend the nation from all of these terrible Ukrainians. So everyone's decided that they're on the right side. Nobody wants this war, but everybody wants to take advantage of it. So I don't think we're going anywhere very fast.
And of course, nobody wants to admit that they are the aggressor. Nobody wants to admit that they might be in the wrong. Nobody wants to admit any of that.
Of course not. Of course not. This famous Mercury retrograde, when it starts to go direct, is also sort of adding to the confusion as it ends up in a very nasty position with the moon and Jupiter. Two, in a square, this complicates direct communication. This complicates fixing goals. This complicates just even knowing what one wants to accomplish in these very warlike positions. So I don't know where this is going. It's not going anywhere very fast. Now, on a personal level, this total confusion too, because that's part of it. There's not only anger, but there's also even confusion about where it began and how it's supposed to end. But on the same level, and very pertinently, this same confusion between Pluto, especially with Jupiter, is going to create a lot of family strife. I'm thinking of a period of domestic violence. We're going to see interference with the law. And there are some very nasty days in here. One is the 28th and 29th of July. Another one is the 4th and 5th of August. Also, the 11th and the 17th of August seem particularly nasty as far as our personal relations and family situations because of the movements of the moon that complicate things as we go along. So watch these dates. Stay out of fight. Stay out very bad feelings if you can. Walk away from arguments. These are dangerous days. And people, especially with this ridiculous Mercury attitude, will be saying things that we don't mean and that we will regret. And this is true coming and going. It's very, very nasty. And the connection between Saturn and Mars, well, is going to heighten this notion of cruelty, gratuitous cruelty. We can just be mean to each other for no reason. And then Saturn's making a square to Mercury again that is also bad communication. This is a very bad period from the 22nd of July until I'm going to say the 8th of August. This is a really iffy period for legal deals, for contract negotiations, for all sorts of legal dealings with that in mind. Communication is blocked. And when it does work, it takes a sort of angry tone that is not going to be very healthy for anyone.
This sounds horrible, Mary Jane.
Well, I know. I'm doing the best I can.
Just the messenger.
Yeah, I'm just the messenger. There is some good news. There are some little bitty windows that we can use in this. I'm thinking of the connection between Uranus and Sedna, our friend Sedna, that's in a very nice aspect, one of the nicer aspects with Pluto and with Juno. This is an excellent period for adoption of all kinds of things, all kinds of people. It's also a very good time for a change in family dynamics. Are you sending a kid off to school? Are you taking in people who are going to be living with you? Are you taking on an au pair girl? Are you taking on someone outside of the immediate family? This is a very good time to be doing it. And there are some good dates in there for this. The 7th of August, the 15th of August. Very, very nice. And there's a big hand up coming from Venus at the same time on the 9th to the 15th of August. Also, the moon is helping from the 11th to the 15th of August. So there's help coming in from friends. There is easy association with people in charge of these family dynamics and their changes. People are around to help smooth out these different movements, and this is always good to take. So, yes, there is hope. Yes, there is hope. And there are some good things to be done in here, again, on a personal level.
Wow. Okay, that's great. Good to know. Good to know. Any big eclipses or retrogrades that we need to be aware of?
Well, the retrograde of Mercury is going to be ending on the 23rd of July. So this is going to get us again on our right track for this month of July, end of July, August. This period of Leo will be a little easier to take care of and to count on them, at least some direct action and some direct communications. Should help a lot on the internet. I've had a lot of screw ups in working on the internet and on my computer and with my telephone. Oh my God, these last couple of weeks. So I'll be very glad personally to see this retrograde Mercury come to an end on the 23rd. Then we'll be talking a little more directly to each other.
Computer problems.
I think it's just me.
I didn't want to say anything.
I can't put this on the stars forever. I think sometimes it's just me and some sort of refusal on a very esoteric level to want to get involved with the whole thing. Any machine that gets between me and my folks really puts me off. And that's really what these computers are kind of doing.
Yeah, right, right, right. Anything else we need to know about the Leo season?
Well, this passage of Mercury especially is going to give us some openings again as far as contract negotiations and so on. Venus will be helping too with questions of money coming in. All of a sudden, I rather liked Donald Trump's contract deal with Zelensky to allow him to build some fancy war material that Ukraine seems to need. This kind of help, this kind of exchange is going to be quite positive through the whole period of Leo, which is great. I'll take that. It's a bit fragile and still in the middle of other problems coming in from Saturn, coming in from Pluto. But as soon as we have this foot in the door, I'm saying, about communications, about some proper exchange, about correct dealings with people on a very face-to-face basis, I think we have to use it. I think we have to use these elements when they show up and be ready to jump on them if we can.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. We've got 7 planets retrograde. As we go on into the summer, all these planets that are located in the winter signs are going to be going retrograde. They're going to stay retrograde for a nice long time. And this, I think, will be some element, maybe a lesser element, in slowing down the old habits, these old habits, slowing down the hostilities that are already in place because of lack of fuel, because of a breakdown in morale, especially it seems on the Russian side and perhaps on the Israeli standard citizens side as well. These people are getting extremely tired of the war efforts that are being asked of them. And I think this kind of slowdown is going to help with that in mind, as far as easing up on the old hostilities.
Ugh. Can we just make time slow down too? Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that these hostilities are going to be slowing down. That's a lot of hope. But Lord, I would love to see everything just kind of slow down in general.
In general, I kind of tend to agree. I think on a personal level, again, our fast planets seem very fast and are not really taking advantage of this pause, if you will, or this slowdown on a general level. But if this will at least ease off tensions in our contract negotiations, in our family struggles, family arguments, getting along with people that we have to get along with, that's already going to be somewhat useful.
So what planets are going to be retrograde soon?
Well, Pluto already is.
Yeah.
Neptune already is. Saturn is already and will stay retrograde. Yes, will be going in actually more and more in retrograde. The asteroids, Pallas Athena and Vesta as well are going to be going retrograde through the month. So, yeah, quite a handful. There's 7 of them all told.
Yeah, that's quite a few. Yeah.
It is indeed.
There are planets retrograde at any given time. There's always something retrograde.
Of course. Of course. As soon as the sun is on one side, in this case, the sun is entering into the summer months and is going to automatically be opposite these planets that are located in the winter signs. That's the way this geometry works. But we can use these periods too to say, all right, let's slow down, let's back up a little bit, make sure that we've got our priorities in order. It's very useful for that. If we can't be in charge of the big picture and the major energies, we can at least do a personal check and make sure that we're sort of copacetic with these movements within ourselves.
Yeah.
This is where your personal charts show up. If you have a heavy planet that is acting extremely strongly in your natal chart, when it's acting retrograde, this is a period of checks and balances. This is a period where you can, again, get in touch with that energy within you. And that's always extremely useful.
Absolutely. Well, how would somebody have their natal chart drawn up, Mary Jane? That sounds like such a huge monumental task.
Well, let me tell you about it. All you folks really need to do out there is go to
radiatewellnesscommunity.com.
Right. And there you'll find all of our actions that are going on, including my invitation to have your natal chart drawn up and any other astrology work you'd like done. I'd love to see you.
Absolutely. And go to radiatewellnesscommunity.com/appointment, scroll down to sessions with Mary Jane and schedule the natal chart. The natal chart just shows a snapshot of what the skies were like the moment you were born and where you were born. And that tells you everything you need to know.
These planetary positions on this photo, on this snapshot, are sensitive positions that we are going to respond to that, first of all, set up the conversation, set up the patterns in our lives. And then as the planets in the sky are going over these sensitive places, again, they'll set off what I call appointments. So all of a sudden, these planets are going to interact and are going to set off sparks in our lives, set off a time when we're supposed to be acting or looking for action upon us. So these are very useful times to know about, first of all. And it's a great way to learn your own motives, your own satisfactions, your own talents, your own pitfalls, what's going on within you that maybe you haven't had time to look at yet. But it's always full of surprises and always full of very valuable information about knowing ourselves and our patterns better and better.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Okay. So Leo, my home sign, looks like it's going to be a little bit challenging the beginning.
It is, especially at the beginning. Things will kind of even off for us a little later, but the first week in there, I'm saying till the 30th of July, looks a little hairy. Be nice to each other. Be calm with each other. Listen to the other guy. Make him listen to you. And we should be able to hold our own, at least through this other stuff that's going on a bigger scale.
All right. Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for breaking it all down with us. And we will be together again in Virgo, your home sign.
Time does fly, and we'll get together again very soon.
Very, very soon. All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
So long, everyone.